প্রিয় ছাত্রছাত্রীরা, আজ তোমাদের সঙ্গে এই ভিডিওতে এবিটিএ টেস্ট পেপার হায়ার সেকেন্ডারি 2024-2025 এর ইংরাজি বিষয়ের পেজ নাম্বার 98 এর MCQ, SAQ, গ্রামার সেকশন, আনসিন, লং কোশ্চেন এবং যে তিনটে রাইটিং স্কিল নিয়েছে তা নিয়ে আলোচনা করব। তবে তার পূর্বে যারা এখনও আমাদের চ্যানেলটিকে সাবস্ক্রাইব করেনি তার কাছে অনুরোধ, চ্যানেলটিকে অবশ্যই সাবস্ক্রাইব করবে। ভালো লাগলে লাইক, কমেন্ট ও বন্ধুদের মধ্যে বেশি করে শেয়ার করে দেবে। চলো আমরা দেখি পেজ নাম্বার 98 কি রয়েছে। ফার্স্ট শর্ট কোশ্চেন থাকবে, দ্য গার্ল ওয়াজ গেটিং অফ অ্যাট অ্যান্সার সি সাহারানপুর। Number 2, the Shiva temple was dash walk from Dr. Kalam's house. Answer A, 10 minutes. Number 3, Mrs. Jones gripped the boy by his, answer D, shirt front. Number 4, the poet claims that the poetry of art is, D answer, never ceasing. 6 প্রশ্ন, the phrase long stands of silver means, B answer, the stream. Per question, 7, the tree has grown, B, by consuming the earth. By consuming the earth. Next question, that beauty is never lasting is, answer B, a law of nature. Drama থেকে first question. IX, when Chukov sent Natalia to meet Lomov, she was, answer D, selling peas. Per question, Chukov accuses that Lomov's family suffered from, answer A, Lancy. XI, Natalia family had lent Lomov the previous year, answer হচ্ছে C, threshing machine. পরের কোশ্চেন, Lomov hoped to go for shooting, answer C, after the harvest. শর্ট কোশ্চেন SAQ তো রয়েছে। 2 নম্বরে অ্যান্সার এনি 4 কোশ্চেন্স অ্যান্ড ফ্রম প্রোজ অ্যান্ড 4 কোশ্চেন ফ্রম পোয়েট্রি অফ দ্য ফলোইং কোশ্চেন্স ইচ ইন এ কমপ্লিট সেন্টেন্স প্রোজ। What was the girl tried of? The girl was tried of people telling her she had a pretty face. For question 2 number, for how long she was the narrator prepared to sit on the train? The narrator was prepared to sit on the train for almost any length of time. For question, how was a close friend of Zainal Abidin? Faxi Lakshman Shastri was a close friend of Zainal Abidin. Next, when would Dr. Kalam's father start his day? Kalam's father would start his day at 4 a.m. by reading the namaz before dawn. For question, what was the parting advice of Mrs. Jones to the boy? Mrs. Jones advised Roger to behave properly. How old was Roger? Roger was 14 or 15 years old. Next, where did the hermit live? Hermit lived in the wood. Next, why was the Tsar glad? Tsar was very glad to have made peace with his enemy. Poetry question. IX, what will happen to the bleeding bug? The bleeding bug will heal again after being hacked and chopped. Next, what remains hidden inside the earth? The root remains hidden inside the earth. What will give life to the poet's friend? The sonnet number 18 of Shakespeare will give life to the poet's friend. Whose gold complexation is being spoken of? The sun's gold complexation is being spoken of. Next, why is soldier pale? The soldier is pale because he is dead. Next, how is the smile of young soldier? The smile of young soldier is like an infant. gentle without glue. What do the tried birds do in summer? The tried birds hide in cooling trees in summer. Next question, which season does the set of the poetry of art portray? The set of the poetry of art portrays the season of winter. Subjective question রয়েছে 3 number. Answer any 2 questions from prose, 2 question from poetry and 1 question from drama of the following question. Each questions inclusive of subparts should not exceed 100 words. 6.3. Prose থেকে you must be disappointed. Who is the speaker? The speaker is narrator, a blind man traveling by train. What did he say so? The narrator say you must be disappointed to a girl he is sharing the train compartment with when she expressed her surprise at the scenic beauty of the landscape outside. He assumed she must be disappointed that he cannot enjoy the scenery because of his blindness, even though she is unaware of his condition. What was the speaker asked in return? The girl asked him why in response to the statement. What answer came from the speaker? The narrator replies, because you can see and cannot this remark reveal his blindness, which he had cleverly concealed until that point, leading to an interesting twist in the conversation. The story revolves around themes of perception, irony, and the unexpected revelations of human interaction. Next question, which answer filled me with strange energy and enthusiasm? What was the question? What answer is referred to here? Why did the answer fill the speaker with energy and enthusiasm? The question asked by the young Kalam to his father was, why does God allow suffering? Kalam's father explained that suffering is part of the divine plan and that is allows individual to test their strength and faith. He compared human existence to a sea voyage, emphasizing that adversity helps individuals remain balanced and spiritual, teaching them to accept their destiny and put the God. The answer filled Kalam's with energy and enthusiasm because it provided him the clarity and comfort. His father's profound wisdom reassured him about life challenges, instilling in him a sense of purpose, resilience, and spiritual strength. This conversation deeply inspired Kalam, shaping his values and approach to life. Number 3rd question. And shook him until his teeth rattled. Who is mentioned as him? এটা তোমাদের খুব পরিচিত প্রোজ, থ্যাংক ইউ ম্যাম থেকে নেওয়া হচ্ছে। Who shook him? Why and how was he shaken? Who is mentioned as him? Him refers to Roger, a young boy who attempted to snatch a woman's purse. Who shook him? Mrs. Louisa Bates Washington Jones, the owner of the purse, shook Roger. First question. Why and how was he shaken? Roger tried to steal Mrs. Jones' purse, but the strap broke and he fell to the ground. Mrs. Jones caught him before he could run away and shook him firmly to teach him a lesson about his wrongdoing. This act symbolized her initial reaction of anger and her determination to hold him accountable, which later transitioned into an act of kindness as she takes him to her home, feeds him, and imparts important life lesson. Question 4 question. For the last time, I pray you to answer my question. Who was the speaker asked for the last time? Where the question? Why? এটা তোমাদের খুব পরিচিত প্রোজ, the 3 question থেকে নেওয়া। Who was the speaker asking for the last time? The speaker, the king, was addressing the hermit for the last time. What were the question? The king wanted to know the answer to 3 questions. First question, what is the right time to begin anything? Second question, who are the most important people to listen to? And third question, what is the most important thing to do? Why was king asking this question? The king believed that knowing the answer to this question would help him succeed in every endeavor and never fail in his decision. He bought wisdom to become a more effective and just ruler. The hermit eventually answered these three questions indirectly through action and experiences, teaching the king that first, the most important time is now because it is the only time we have control over. Second, the most important person is the one you are with at the moment. Number three, the most important things to do is to do good for the persons you are with. যারা এখন চ্যানেলটিকে সাবস্ক্রাইব করি তাদের কাছে অনুরোধ চ্যানেলটি অবশ্যই সাবস্ক্রাইব করবে এবং তোমাদের এবিটি টেস্ট পেপারের সমস্ত কোশ্চেন অ্যান্সার এখানে করে দেওয়া হবে। পরের কোশ্চেন, নো দ্য রুট ইজ টু বি পুলড আউট, ওয়াই ওয়াজ দ্য ওয়ার্ড নো বিন পোয়েট্রি ইউজড, হাউ ইজ দ্য পুলিং আউট of the root related to the killing of the tree? তোমাদের খুব পরিচিত একটা পোয়েমস অন কিলিং এ ট্রি, জিপ প্যাটেলে লেখা। অ্যান্সার, why was the word no being used? The word no is used to emphasize that simply hacking or cutting a tree will not kill. It suggests a tone of certainty and convey that more drastic measures are needed to destroy the tree completely. This highlights the resilience and tendency of nature. How is pulling out of the root related to the killing of the tree? The root is described as the source of the tree's strength and life. It is deeply entrenched in the earth, drawing nourishment from the soil to kill the tree completely. Its root must be pulled out, exposing to it to sunlight and air, which are hostile to it. The root, once severed from the earth, withers and dies, symbolize the finality of the tree destruction. This metaphorical act of the uprooting reflects how deeply connected and resilient nature is, and it takes extreme violent effort to destroy it completely. The poem also subtly criticizes human insensitivity towards the environment. For question, nature keep him warm. Who is him? Why does the poet ask nature to keep him warm? What is the irony? Who is him? Him refers to a young soldier who appears to be peacefully sleeping in a valley. For a question, why does the poet ask nature to keep him warm? The poet observed the soldiers lying in the valley, seemingly at rest, surrounded by the warmth and beauty of nature. The request to keep him warm is a tender appeal reflecting the poet's wish for the soldiers' comfort and protection. The poet believes the soldier is merely asleep and expresses care and concerns for his well-being. What is the irony? The irony lies in the fact that the soldier is not actually asleep but dead, with 2 bullet wounds in his side. Despite the warmth and serenity of nature, it cannot revive or comfort him. The poem uses this contrast to highlight the tragedy of war, showing how even the most peaceful and nurturing aspect of nature cannot undo its violence and destruction. For question 6 number. So long lives this, and this gives life to thee. What is meant by this? This refers to the poem itself, the sonnet that Shakespeare has written in praise of the subject beauty and virtue. Whom does this give life to? The poem gives life to the below, the persons whose beauty and qualities are being celebrated in the sonnet. How long is this expected to live? The poem is expected to live forever As long as people continue to read and appreciate it, the poet believes that his verse will immortalize the beloved beauty and memory. How does it gives life to the person? The poem preserves the beloved beauty and essence in word, ensuring that they are remembered and admired by future generations. The power of art and poetry lies in its ability to transcend time, making the subject eternal by capturing their qualities in writing. For a question, in what ways does the music of the art prevail? How does kids establish continually through this voice? In what voice does the music of the art prevail? The music of the art prevails through the voice of number one, the grasshopper. Representing summer, the grasshopper continues to sing joyfully when the heat silences other creatures. Number two, the cricket. Representing winter, the cricket songs pierces the cold silence of winter nights, bringing warmth and life to the black season. Number, how does kids establish continually through this voice? Kids uses the grasshopper and the crickets as symbols of the eternal and unbroken silence of nature. The grasshopper songs is summer transitions seamlessly to the cricket songs in winter, suggesting that the music of the earth never ceases. By presenting these creatures as active participation in different seasons, kids illustration the perceptual presence of nature's beauty and vitality. পরের কোশ্চেন নাটক থেকে ফার্স্ট কোশ্চেন ডিসকাস দ্য রিজন ওয়াই দ্য ম্যারেজ প্রপোজাল ইজ ইম্পর্টেন্ট টু অল দ্য ক্যারেক্টার দিস ইজ দ্য মোস্ট ইম্পর্টেন্ট কোশ্চেন্স অফ ইউর ড্রামা ড্রামা থেকে সবচেয়ে গুরুত্বপূর্ণ কোশ্চেন এটা রয়েছে তোমাদের ড্রামা হচ্ছে দ্য প্রপোজাল অ্যান্টনিও চেকভ ইন অ্যান্টনিও চেকভস ওয়ান অ্যাক্ট প্লে দ্য প্রপোজাল দ্য ম্যারেজ প্রপোজাল is important to all the characters for the following reason. Lomob, reasons of importance. Lomob, a Hippocratic and a landowner, considers marriage to Natalia as a practical arrangement rather than a romantic endeavor. He believes it is the time for him to marry to lead a stable life and ensure his own future. Marrying Natalia is also advantageous and is strengthened his position as the landowner by potential consolidating their estates. Natalia's develop reason of her importance. Natalia is a strong, wild, and pragmatic woman who values materially gain and social prestige. She is eager to marry Lumov as he is a suitable match who owns a neighboring estate. She becomes emotional when she learns about Lomo's proposal and regrets her earlier quarrels, showing that she values the prospect of marriage deeply. Stepanov, অর্থাৎ Natalia's father, reason for importance. Stephen sees Lomo's proposal as an opportunity to ensure his daughter's future and to solidify ties with a wealthy and influential neighbors. He is supportive of the union and tries to mediate during the arguments between Lobov and Natalia. Conclusion এখান থেকে আসতে পারি for all three characters the marriage proposal is less about love and more about practically social expectation and material benefits. The humor in the play arises from their constant bickering and misunderstanding which ironically overshadow the very purpose of the proposal. Ultimately, the play critiques and superficiality of each arrangement while highlighting the absurdities of human behavior. Next question, what as misfortune I have had? Who says this? What misfortune is spoken of here? Present in your own words the battle of words that ensued. Who says this? This line is spoken by Lomo. what needs to be spoken here. Lomov refers to the series of quarrels and arguments that he has experienced during his attempt to propose to Natalia. Especially he sees to his attempt to promote as a misfortune because every interaction turns into a heated argument, fostering his intentions. The Battle of Words, the play, revolves around a comical series of arguments between Lomov, Natalia, and Stephen, Natalia's father. Here's a summary in simple terms. Argument over auction meadows. Lomov begins by trying to propose to Natalia. However, their conversation quickly turns into a dispute over who owns the auction meadow, a piece of land bordering their estate. Lomov insists the meadows are his, citing historical claims. Natalia, in contrast, claims that the meadows have away belong to her family. Both refuse to back down, becoming increasingly agitated. The Stephen joined in supporting Natalia. Number 2 argument of Lomov's health. Lomov, who is hypochondriac, starts complaining about his physical ailments, heart palpitation, numbers, etc. During this argument, Natalia and Stephen mock his health issue, escalating the tensions further. Number 3. Natalia reaction upon learning the truth. After Lomov storms out the frustration, Stephen reveals to Natalia that Lomov had come to propose her. Natalia, shocked and upset, demands that her father call Lomov back immediately. Renewed argument, hunting dogs. When Lomov returns, instead of smoothly proposing and her argument being this time about whose hunting dogs, Lomov, Goose's or Natalia's squeezer is superior. The quarrel becomes so intense that Lomov faints and Natalia and Stephen panic. Conclusion এখান থেকে আসতে পারি. In a rush to resolve things, Natalia accepts the proposal while Lomov is still recovering from his fainting spell. However, even after the proposal is accepted, that immediately resume argument. Reflection. The Battle of Words humorously exposed the absurdities of human behavior where trivial matters overshadow significant events like a marriage proposal. Jacob uses this comical dispute to satirize society norms and the pettiness of human ego. Number X, 10 number question. I am dying. Fetch him. Who is dying? Who is the person whom the speaker wants to fetch? Who is ordered to fetch him? Describe the incident in your own language. Who is dying? Natalia Stepanov is the one who claims she is dying, though she is not actually dying. It is an exaggerated expression of her emotional turmoil. Who is the person whom the speaker wants to fetch? Natalia wants her father, Stephen Stepanov, to fetch Lomov, who had stormed out after their argument. Who is ordered to fetch him? Natalia orders her father, Stephen, to fetch Lomov immediately. The incident: Lomov visits Natalia's house intending a proposed marriage, but instead of getting straight to the point, Natalia starts arguing about the ownership of the auction meadows. Their heated arguments lead the Lomov to leave the frustration. After Lomov departs, Stephen reveals to Natalia that Lomov had come to propose to her. Natalia is shocked and overcome with regret. She dramatically claims she is dying and insists that Stephen bring Lomov back immediately. Stephen, reluctance, goes to fetch Lomov, complaining about Natalia's behavior but ultimately complying with her demand. When Lomov returns, instead of resolving things calmly, two pair begin a new argument, this time about their hunting dogs. Despite all the quarrels, the proposal is eventually accepted in a rushed and jokish manner. Reflection: the exaggerated claim of dying and the dramatic reaction after reflect the comedic tone of the play, showcasing how trivial arguments can overshadow significant moments like a marriage proposal. Chekhov cleverly uses this incident to sterilize অ্যান্ড অ্যাবসার্ডলি হিউম্যান বিহেভিয়ার অ্যান্ড রিলেশনশিপ। এই ছিল তোমাদের বড় কোশ্চেনগুলো। এবার আমরা ডুএস ডিরেক্টেডের গ্রামার সেকশনে চলে যাব। তবে তার আগে অনুরোধ, যারা এখনও চ্যানেলটিকে সাবস্ক্রাইব করে অবশ্যই চ্যানেলটি সাবস্ক্রাইব করবে, ভালো লাগলে লাইক ও কমেন্ট করবে এবং বন্ধুদের মধ্যে বেশি করে ছড়িয়ে দেবে, শেয়ার করে দেবে এবং আই বাটনটি চাপ দিয়ে রাখবে যাতে নতুন কোনো ভিডিও আসে তোমরা দেখতে পারো। পরের কোশ্চেন 4 কোশ্চেন ছিল ডুএস ডিরেক্টেড এক সি উড ফরগেট অ্যাবাউট আওয়ার ব্রিফ এনকাউন্টার চেঞ্জ দ্য ভয়েস আওয়ার ব্রিফ এনকাউন্টার উড বি ফরগটেন বাই হার আই হ্যাভ নট এনি রাইট টু কাউন্ট on your assistance into affirmation. None of my rights allow to count on your assistance. You are tired, said the Tsar. Let me take the spade and walk a while of you. Change the narration. The Tsar told him that he was tired and he should take the spade and walk a while for him. Pore question, Gooses is worse than Squeezer. Rewrite the positive. Squeezer is not as good as Gooses. Pore question, seeing the Tsar, he greeted him and went on beginning, split into two simple sentences. He saw the jar, greeting him, he went on beginning. Her voice had a sparkle of a mountain stream. Use sparkle as a verb. Her voice sparkled like a mountain stream. Fill the blanks. But the boys, একটুখানি তোমরা হচ্ছে ব্ল্যাঙ্কসটা দেখে নেবে, তারটা দেওয়া হয়নি। বাট দ্য বয়েজ ওয়েট অ্যান্ড দ্য ওয়েট অফ দ্য পার্টস কম্বাইন্ড কজড হিম টু লুজ হিজ ব্যালেন্স, সো ইনস্টেড taking a full blast as he had hoped, the boy fell on his back on his sidewalk and his legs flew up. Correct the error of the following sentence by replacing the underlined word. He had on the ideal helmet in my mother Asima. Option is helmet, helper or helmet. He said an on ideal helmet in my mother. Read the following passage, answer the questions. তোমরা হচ্ছে আনসিন প্যাসেজটা পড়বে আর আমি অ্যান্সারটা একটু দেখে দিচ্ছি। অ্যান্সার প্রথম ট্রু ফলসের ফার্স্ট কোশ্চেন ছিল নীলাম এস গৌর ইজ এ হিন্দি নোবেলিস্ট, ঠিক ছিল। দ্য সাহিত্য একাডেমি অ্যাওয়ার্ড সেরিমনি ওয়াজ হল্ড 12 মার্চ 2024, এটাও ঠিক। প্রতিভা রয় ইজ এ জ্ঞানপীঠ উইনার, এটাও ঠিক। কে শ্রীনিবাসরাও is the president of Sahitya Academy, এটা false. Answer each of the following question about 30 words, 2 into 3 section. Name of the Bengali novelist who won the Sahitya Academy Award, for which Nobel he was awarded. Name of the Bengali novelist who won the Sahitya Academy Award was Swapnamay Chakraborty. The novel was Joler Opor Pani. What according to Pratibha Roy is the relations between language and culture. Without the progress language, no culture can carve for long. Literature concept, everyone writing is always universal and does not lose its luster even in the times of various changes. All Indian language give us strength and also prepare us to speak the language of love. What do the winners receive as the award? পুরস্কার হিসেবে বিজয়ীরা কি গ্রহণ করে? Poets receive the award in the form of casket containing an engraved copper plaque, a sal and amount 1 lakh rupees. Write a report on the annual sports of your school. The report is to be published in your school magazine. Word limit 150 2+8. আর তোমাদের সংবাদপত্রে একটা রিপোর্ট লিখো, তোমাদের স্কুল ম্যাগাজিন পাবলিশ হবে সেই বিষয়ে। অ্যানুয়াল স্পোর্ট ডে রিপোর্ট নামকরণ করবে। The much awaited annual sports day at your school was held on 20th January with great enthusiasm and spirit. তোমাদের ডেটটা তোমরা চেঞ্জ করতেই পারো ওখানে। The event began with the traditional march past led by the senior student, followed by the lighting of the torch. Our principal, Mrs. Sharma, declared the event open and inspired the students with her motivational speech. The day was filled with thrilling competitions from track and field events to team games like rally race, football and volleyball. The highlights of the day was the exciting tug of war between the senior and the junior student, which was a crowd favorite. Students participated with determinations and sportsmanship, showcasing their athletic abilities. The prize distribution ceremony saw the winners receive medals and trophies, and the overall champion house was announced as Blue House. The event ended on a high note, leaving everyone inspired and eager for next year sport day. For question B, write a letter to the manager of a hotel in Srinagar, Kashmir for the cancellation of a booking that you have made, asking him for the refund of the booking amount ওয়ার্ড লিখবে 150 তোমার নাম অ্যাড্রেস এখানে লিখবে টু দ্য ম্যানেজার এখানে টুটা বসানো হয় টু লিখবে টু দ্য ম্যানেজার হোটেল নেম এটা হোটেলের নাম লিখবে শ্রীনগর কাশ্মীর অফ দ্য সাবজেক্ট রিকোয়েস্ট ফর ক্যান্সেলেশন অফ বুকিং অ্যান্ড রিফান্ড আই হোপ দিস লেটার ফাইন্ড ইউ ওয়েল আই এম রাইটিং টু রিকোয়েস্ট দ্য cancellations of my booking at your hotel which was scheduled for check-in date একটা ডেট দেবে আন্ডার দ্য নেম তোমার নামে দেবে ডিউ টু unfortunate circumstances I am unable to proceed with my travel plans and therefore would like to cancel my reservation. Unfortunate circumstance I am unable to proceed with my travel plans and therefore would like to cancel my reservation. I kindly request a full refund of the booking amount as per your cancellation policy. My booking reference number is একটা booking reference number দিয়ে দেবে I apologize for my inconvenience. This may cause and hope for your understanding. I would appreciate it if you could process and cancellation a refund at your earliest convenience. Thank you for your attention to this matter. You sincerely your name তোমার নাম লিখবে এবং কন্ট্যাক্ট ইনফরমেশন দেবে অথবা সিতে যেটা থাকে তোমার একটা প্রেসিস রাইটিং করতে হয় প্রেসিসটা খুব সুন্দর প্রেসিস দিয়েছে একটা অ্যাড এ সুটেবল টাইটেল ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ টাইপ পোস্ট ছিল ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ ইজ ফর দ্য বেনিফিটস অফ দ্য আদার উই ডু নট converse with ourselves language for best depends on the comprehension level to the other person so that the understandable what we are trying to communicate. Be careful in your choice of words as bad communication can end relationships. You should come to the point straight away with beating about the bush. Be clear about what you want to communicate and then speak. A scattered mind leads to unnecessary use of words. You are evaluated on the basis of the what and how you speak. Do not use words that reflect anger and arrogance. Be mere words alone. You can make friends or enemies. Your words will be remembered for a long time, so you should not use malicious words. Whenever you meet someone, honor him with your words. 128 ওয়ার্ডে রয়েছে এটাকে লিখবে টাইটেল লিখবে দ্য পাওয়ার অফ কমিউনিকেশন কমিউনিকেশনের গুরুত্ব বা ক্ষমতা কথা ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ এক্সিস্টস ফর effective communication not for self talk. This way we choose our words is crucial because it influences how other understands our message. Miscommunications can damage relationships, so it is important to be clear and direct, avoiding this unnecessary elaboration. A scattered or disorganized mind leads to meaningless conversation which can harm your reputation. Your speech reflects your character, so it's vital to use respectful and kind words. Words can either build friendships to create enemies as they are remembered long after they are spoken. Therefore, always speak truly and honor others with your words. Thank you everybody. Please subscribe this channel.